right, that was something else. The last episode of this block. I'm a little teary-eyed right now. Definitely an emotional ending, in more ways than one. I'm gonna spoil it all. So you haven't watched it, pause, go away, come back after you've seen the episode. Because I don't do spoiler free. So, um, wow. Uh, the dialogue. So again, we're getting some super powerful dialogue here. There's a scene at the end of the episode where um, Val's character is basically like I gotta go to the beginning to get to the end, I guess. So Cassian turned down working with the people on the planet. He's like, I don't want anything to do with this. And he goes back and he basically has this confrontation with Luthen about, Gorman. And Luthen's all pissed off at him for not wanting to do anything about it. And he's like, they're too impatient. They're rushing. I don't think this is a good idea. And Luthen's is like, I don't care. I want the planet in open rebellion. So he sends Vel in, as well as the other girl who Vel was in love with in the first season. And basically, they made up together to organize this heist with the against the Imperials to rob these weapons. And of course, behind all this, the ISB knows what's going on, and we do get confirmation this episode that Dedra's boss basically tells Dedra, your boyfriend, Cyril, can never know what's really going on here. And she tells him, I remind myself of that every single day, sir. So even she knows that she's lying to her boyfriend, which makes me, there's a part of me that wonders, does she actually care about Cyril, or is she only using him as an asset to do what she needs to do to survive? I really don't know. The fact that she confronted his mother for him in one of the previous episodes makes me think that she does care about him, but she's also not against using him to get what she needs, which is scary to think about. Um, anyway, that the heist is it was crazy. So basically, the two girls, Val and her friend, whose name I don't remember off, to be honest with you, I don't do show notes. So, um, they basically tell these Gormans, you're going to toe the line, you're going to do what we tell you, or we're not going to do this, because this only goes off without a hitch if we run the shots. You've never done this, we have. They can't be any disobedience. Of course, they're all upset because they want to run the show, and they're upset that these two girls are coming in to tell them what to do. And of course, one of them brings a blaster, who you knew was going to happen. To the long story short of this is that the heist is going as planned. Cyril's watching in binoculars, relaying everything back to the ISB, because they know it's happening. While this is going on, an old lady comes along on her way home, taking her groceries, and one of the um, local rebels is like, "You can't be here, ma'am," and takes her off. And because she abandons her post, Val has to go check up on her. And while this is happening, the big angry guy from the town meeting who was like, they're gonna make us all slaves, and he comes along, and the hot-headed youth, right, who was all like, I don't want to take orders from a stranger and everything else, like pulls a blaster on the guy, tells him get out of here, and that guy gets pissed off and says, how dare you point that thing at me? It better not be a toy, because if it's not a toy, I'm gonna shove it down your ass or shove it down your throat. And they're struggling. The blaster goes off. Val's girlfriend gets hit and gets killed, and the ISB tells Cyril, call in the response so that it looks legitimate, because there was a blaster shot that just went off. As they're escaping, the hot-headed youth, excuse me, it's been a long day. I've been up since 3 o'clock in the morning. The hot-headed youth is crying because he realizes that he's guilty for the death of Val's friend, and he's feeling horrible for it. And Val is like, don't you dare cry. You look at me. There's nowhere to hide. You look at me. And she gives him this speech. You're going to wear this like a skin. You're never going to forget it. That woman was everything you've ever dreamed about in your feverish little child dreams of being a warrior. She was blooded. She was tried and true. She was all the things that you dream to be that you'll never be, because now you're going to carry this for the rest of your life knowing that you're nothing more than a basically she's pissed, and she's got tears in her eyes, but she's not crying. She's just angry. And the speech she gives him is just incredibly powerful. Um, you know, everything you have daydreamed about. It was just like, oh my God, she's just ripping this kid, and he deserved it, you know. But that scene was what I came away with. That's why I was a little teary at the beginning of because that was towards the end of the episode. But okay, that's one thing that's happening. The other thing is that um, Andor comes back. Cassie comes back, finds Bix. She's in a state. He finds out that Luthen visited her. He has a confrontation with Luthen, and he basically is like, "You're gonna help me fix her. Otherwise, I'm not. I'm done helping you. Like, if you want my blood, this is the cost. You're gonna help me make sure that Bix gets the help that she needs and gets fixed." Um, there is a subplot on Coruscant where the doctor who tortured her gets his own laboratory on Coruscant, um, at the hands of the Emperor, because of the Emperor's request. Quick commercial break, everyone, to celebrate and give thanks to all of these amazing people who keep me on the air full time. Really appreciate the support. All you got to do is join as a member. You get access to private videos. You can also do super thanks on any upload or super chats and stickers on any live stream or premiere you see. And beyond that, don't forget we're multi-streaming over on Twitch now, so you can support over there as well. Thanks so much to everybody. Let's get back to the video at hand. And Bix goes and kills the doctor and gets revenge. And hopefully that disrupts the torture device from being developed further. We don't know. But that was that was the very end of the episode is her getting revenge. And that ends the 3 block episode. And we're going to flash forward a year from now. Now, in the middle of all of this, there is a party at not Mon Mothma, the Davon, I think is his name, the crime lord whose son married Mon Mothma's daughter. And this is where that bug is that Luthen and his assistant have to get out. And so there's this really tense scene here. But what's interesting is that Luthen's here, Mon Mothma's here, and um, Krennic shows up. And there is a showdown between Krennic and Mon Mothma, and they're trading barbs back and forth, and very obviously have great dislike for each other. Um, all while this is going on, Luthen's assistant is trying to get the bug out, and of course they do. But the showdown between Krennic and Mon Mothma is brilliant because they obviously do not see eye to eye on anything. He is against everything that Mon Mothma stands for. Very interesting side note: they had Benjamin Bratt showing up as um, um, Alderaan. Why am I blanking? Senator Organa, because I guess they couldn't get. Why am I blanking on his name? He was in like Sons of Anarchy, and the guy who played Organa. I gotta look. I gotta scroll down and find this really quick. Dun, 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 dun. Because I guess his schedule was too busy. Yeah, Jimmy Smits, that's who it was. So Benjamin Bratt stepped in to play Bail Organa because Jimmy Smits couldn't. They talked about it on social media. Like he couldn't schedule it. They couldn't get the schedules to match, so he wasn't able to shoot. Um, but it was just like a cameo thing where he's just there at the party. Um, but be that as it may, um, we have now wrapped up this little arc of the story, and we're moving forward. So essentially, this was all about um, moving towards the next stage on Gorman and having this rebellion in play that the ISB knows is in play, and they're fomenting this resistance because they need to come down and crack down on something later on. I don't think it's going to be good. It's the ISB. It's scary. It's the Empire. Next week, we'll be back for more. Like, subscribe, hit the bell icon so you never miss an update. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Check out the previous episodes and stay tuned for other shows and movies, and of course, all the streams that happen every single day at around 5 a.m. Central on YouTube and Twitch, where we do video games every single day. And I'll catch everybody in the next one.